Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're excited because football is back. How you doing, Sal?
I'm happy. The
Yeah, you
soccer
see,
is back. We
Sal
have
has the
sports
happy
tomorrow.
dance. Yes, we finally can wake up and look forward to something. Um, and this is the only reason why I would want to stay in my house. Pretty much. So yeah, Bundesliga is back. Quick little thing. I'm wearing. Oh wait, I'm wearing a Bundesliga shirt, but it's not the correct Bundesliga, so don't get at me. All right, I already know, but it said Bundesliga, so I just put it on. All right, if you know, you know. If you don't, look it up. Sal's rocking the beautiful national team jersey.
hmm
That was one of my favorite jerseys.
If they only took off the damn patch, if they had
Yeah,
sold it without the patch, it would have been best one out of the whole tournament. But
yeah.
no, there is no Mexican Henri, my friend. There is a
Is he here already?
there is a Mexican
Goodness
there is a
gracious!
Mexican player that blows. Let me tell you, he used to play in the Bundesliga. He was lit in the Bundesliga for a little bit. Did great for Bayern Leverkusen. Honestly, if they want him back, I'll ship him to them. I'll go to his house. I'll pack his bags, load him up in the airplane. Say, nah.
I need to find a way to block this guy for like a couple minutes at a time. Goodness gracious! Thank you, Justin. Thank you for being here with us.
He's on the
By the
toilet,
way,
ladies and gentlemen.
your government name is here for everybody to see. Just so you know, you have no time. Well, I hope it runs out quickly, bro. Please, please. Anyways, just kidding, man. So yeah, the Bundesliga is back. I, for one, don't know much about the Bundesliga. Oh my god! All
There you
right,
go.
I gotta stop.
Yes,
I
yes.
gotta wait.
Shout out to the Nigerian R9. Okay,
No, I
future,
gotta like get
future
rid of that
Ballon
screen. So I don't.
d'Or winner. Yes, there we go. There we go.
Why are you doing this to me, Sal?
Nigerian
Why?
R9, because we all respect the Nigerian R9, and as well,
No,
McTominay, the Scottish
that one I
Zidane.
agree with.
All
That
right,
one I agree with.
we
The
got all of
Nigerian
this going
R9 is
on.
blasphemy. Oh my goodness. All right, we're getting off topic. Thank you. Love you too. I'm gonna not have that screen up so I don't see if he comes back and then throws me off of my thought process. But yeah, like I said, I don't know much about the Bundesliga. I do watch the Bundesliga, but I learned a lot this past week doing my little info. I'm not gonna throw too many stats and things like that. We're just gonna go over some previews of the matches coming up this week. And then I'll throw some things here and there that I guess we here in the States should probably be on the lookout about, you know what I'm saying? Or on the lookout for, not about. I sound kind of Canadian there. Um, so what do you have on the table first, Sal? Do you have anything interesting? Anything you learned?
I know that the Bundesliga has no defending, so goals, 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 goals. Let's go.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
I mean, it's gonna suck.
Um,
It's gonna suck for one because we have Dortmund and Schalke kicking us off without the yellow wall, and that's gonna really be the sucky part. Because if anyone knows the Bundesliga, that yellow wall is the most beautiful sight in all of soccer, and just to not have that, and I mean, it's a part of what we have, but we have soccer, so who gives a damn? Fuck you, yellow wall.
yeah, which is interesting. I actually read because I was reading up on the Schalke Dortmund rivalry, which is called the Riviera Derby. That's how you say it in English. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it in a German accent or anything, so don't ask for it. But it was something about when Dortmund moved to Wolfenstadion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wolfenstadion.
Walton Stadion.
They yeah, Stadion. They decided to have their most like I guess proudest supporters sit on the south end, which is known as the Yellow Wall, because Schalke most proudest fans in their stadium sit in the north end, and so they're like we don't want to be like them, and it's this whole big North and South Division in the Ruhr area, which is RUHR. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah. So the main reason I learned so much about this rivalry is because I, for one, am a Schalke fan. Not like a diehard Schalke fan, but I kind of started following them when I saw the legend from Madrid, which is Raul, play there. And I was like, oh, I was like, this is pretty cool. I was like, Raul went there. I was like, let me just follow them. And I've followed them ever since. Blue's not a bad color, which is their main color. And that's my story on Schalke. So if you want to know who I'm going for, it's Schalke. Are they going to win the league? No. Have they ever won the Bundesliga? No. But I just roll with them. And that's how it's going to be. So who are you going with, Sal?
No one. Let's just have fun. Let's just go with the soccer. No, I don't know who I'm going to roll with. I mean, I have too many shirts. You'll probably see me on here with a different shirt every week. So I'm not throwing my support to anybody. My hat's off to all the guys out there, but I love the individual players by themselves. Timo especially. I love you, Timo.
Okay.
Don't go to Liverpool. Don't go. Please don't go. Don't.
It looks like he might go there, but I don't know. I would say my favorite player in the Bundesliga will be Robert Lewandowski. Ever since he stepped foot on the field for Borussia Dortmund, he's been pretty good, and he hasn't looked back.
I'm gonna just stop scoring.
Yeah, he has like before the league went on a standstill, he had like 28 goals.
I thought it was 29. I was gonna say 29, but it's something. It's close to 30. We'll just go.
Yeah, he had a crap ton of goals. I think the person behind him is Jadon Sancho with like 14 or 15.
I think so. Yeah,
something like that. Jadon Sancho has contributed in like 30 goals in the season.
Yeah.
So or 29, something like that. I read it somewhere. I think it was BR put it out or whatnot. So I know we kind of were like all over the place right there. I'm gonna simmer down. We're gonna focus. And for everybody here in the States that's looking forward to when national teams get back to playing and things get more to a normal state, there are a ton of U.S. born players. Well, also, how should I not born, but U.S. national players in the Bundesliga. I would probably say it has the league with the most U.S. players.
Yeah.
Besides MLS.
Yeah, it is. It's where all U.S. international players have probably gone to make a name for themselves, and it's great.
So, yeah.
For us watching, it's great. I know it's hard for those of you who don't have Fox, but there are ways. Follow me on Twitter, guys. I'll tweet you guys links tomorrow so you can watch the games.
You gotta wake up early if you're gonna watch that Schalke game.
Oh, I don't sleep, people. I haven't slept. So let's go.
Okay, well there you go. Sal's a vampire. All right, so I'm gonna list off a couple, well, more than a couple U.S. players and what team they play for. So if it might help you kind of veer one way or another to a certain team to follow, or just that player in particular, and you want to, tune into that game. For starters, we're going to start off with Weston McKennie. No bias. The list started it that way. Yes, Weston McKennie does play for FC Schalke, but that's neither here or there. And then the next person on the list was Gio Reyna, the young stud. He plays at Borussia Dortmund. And yes, it's Borussia. I'm just going to say Borussia because I want to just be that way. Tyler Adams plays for RB Leipzig. Zach Steffen, a good friend of A Young Leg that we had on the show, I would say like, four shows ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. He plays for Fortuna Dusseldorf, but he belongs to Manchester City. He didn't have to say it. Thank you, Sal. That was actually the way that whole thing just played out. That was spot on, perfect. Our next player is someone who I hope just starts getting off on a hot streak is Josh Sargent. He plays for Werder Bremen. We were just talking about this. They're like almost dead last in the table, right?
Yep. Most beautiful shirts in the whole Bundesliga. They'll be so stylish in Bundesliga too. Everyone, go root for them.
And then, so next on the list, we have John Brooks. Everybody should know John Brooks. He's played he's been called up before. He plays for Wolfsburg. Fabian Johnson, that's another name that should sound familiar. He plays for Mönchengladbach. And our next person on the list is Timothy Chandler, which should also be a very well-known name in U.S. soccer. He plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. And then Alfredo Morales. He plays for Fortuna Dusseldorf.
Wait, he's always over there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You didn't know?
Nope.
All right. So, hey, we both learned something today. So Brady Scott is a young goalkeeper. He plays for Cologne, but he's on the reserves, and that team plays in Regional Liga West. I didn't go too much into digging on how the leagues and all that stuff work, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. And then we have Chris Richards, which he's a right back, belongs to Bayern Munich, but he plays on the Liga 3 Bayern Munich team. And then in the Bundesliga 2, if you guys want to watch that as well, we have Bobby Wood. Everybody knows Bobby Wood. We thought he was going to be awesome, and he wasn't awesome. He plays for Hamburg. Julian Green, that's a well-known name. This is gonna hurt my pronunciation, but I'm gonna try. Uther Firth. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm probably super wrong, but another player that plays there is Timothy Tillman. So I'm not gonna say the same team name, but he plays with Julian Green.
Give us the name again.
Nah, pass. Sebastian Soto is the next name on the list, and he plays at Hanover. And those are U.S. soccer players that, if you want to follow, to see what our chances are to building a great national team, so we can finally have some respect on the national stage.
So other than just, it's a Guter Firth.
So you don't pronounce all that separate, like Uther. It's
Guter Firth. Guter Firth. Guter Firth.
How did you get that pronunciation? Are you reading it? Like you broke it down?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm reading it right now, bro.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I don't know.
I also got some German in the family, so I identify as German too. So, yeah, it's by marriage, but like, I associate myself with the German people now. So, hi, German.
All right, well, thank you, Sal. Thank you for that correction. Little tea break there. And so, yeah. So, wait, what happened? I totally missed that one.
Nothing. Let's keep going.
Okay, we keep going. We move forward. Put the blockers on. So yeah, like I was saying, U.S. players that you want to follow. I, for one, well, of course, I'm going to follow Weston McKennie. He plays for the team that I'm going to be supporting for the rest of the Bundesliga season. Gio Reyna's a good one to look forward to. He had a great time in the Champions League before that got put on a standstill as well. Zach Steffen is a big name. Our future goalie. Well, he is our goalie at the moment, but the more playing time he gets, the better for us on the national stage. Like I said, Josh Sargent is another one. Alfredo Morales is a good one to look forward to, a defensive midfielder. Julian Green, I, for one, have hope still. He's up there in age now. He's getting to 24. So
I thought he was 27.
I said 24.
Oh, I thought he was 27 for some strange reason. I thought he was up there in age.
Well, maybe I'm dyslexic. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so he's between 24 and 27. We'll set it that way. But yeah, I still have hope. Jurgen Klinsmann had faith in him, so I'm gonna have faith in him because I, for one, approve of Jurgen Klinsmann.
Jurgen Klinsmann also had faith in the Bundesliga, and he went up and bounced.
Yeah, that's true. But that's because he just didn't get the results. So he kind of left like like a dog with his tail between his legs, I guess, pretty much. But anyways, so yeah, that's my little segment into U.S. soccer players to keep a lookout for. If you're one, yeah, okay. If you're listening to this and you're not watching, or let's say you're like doing something, you probably missed what I just did. If you want to see it, rewind it. If not, keep listening. Anyways, quick little tidbit. Quick little tidbit. Gladbach fans donate cardboard cutouts to fill Borussia Park. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if other Bundesliga teams will follow suit. I think that's a little weird though at the same time. Because
I would have done it. I would have paid my $22. Put me.
I would do it too. I'm just saying, like, it's just gonna be like you're gonna be watching this game and it's just full of cardboard cutouts and it's just dead silence. So it's just gonna like that's the weird part about it. But the idea of it to kind of like amp up the players is cool. Like, like yeah, we can't be here, but we are here. Like we still are doing our part, I guess you can say. But I don't think Gladbach has a home game this week.
No, they don't.
So it would be when they actually do play at home. Another interesting bit, which I thought it was funny, Daniel Caligiuri, whatever.
Caliguri.
Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna f up everything I say phonetically.
That's why Mario is great to be on the show.
And then Sal just fixes it up, and we just roll. We continue. So anyways, he said that he's gonna score in the Riviera Derby, which is the Schalke Dortmund game, and so he can pass Kurani's record of 5 goals in the Riviera Derby. They're both tied at 5, so if he just gets one more, he has 6, breaks the record for the most goals in the Derby. I don't think it's going to happen. The man's appeared in 20 games and he only scored 1 goal so far. So he's really boosting his ego there. But on the field, I don't think it might. If he proves me wrong, hey, I'll take it as long as Schalke win. Yeah, I don't see it happening. And another interesting tidbit about the Riviera Derby, it is the biggest derby in all of the Bundesliga. Schalke has 60 wins. There's 43 draws between them, and Borussia Dortmund has 52 wins. And for those that don't know too much about the Bundesliga, yes, we all know Bayern Munich, and yes, Bayern Munich has the most titles with 28. And in second place, it's Mönchengladbach and Dortmund, and they're separated by 23 titles. So that tells you who runs the league.
Money can buy.
Yeah, that too. That is also a true statement. What does the table look like, Sal?
It is, of course, Bayern Munich on top with 55, but it is closer than that. Dortmund, Leipzig, and Mönchengladbach at 51, 50, and 49. So there's basically a 6-point gap from first to fourth. Any loss by any team is basically what I would say a hit to the gut, a punch to the nuts. I'm going to throw Leverkusen in there because they're at 47. So they can make up at any point, because we are going to have months worth of matches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're now a month's worth of matches. So if anybody loses 2 matches, that's it. You're basically seeing your title chances either done for.
Yeah, from those top 5.
Yeah, from those top 5. You're either seeing your chances either donezo or you might be at the end. I mean, it's gonna come down to the wire, and I'm really leaning towards at this point Leipzig because I feel they have the want to win it. But man, can you ever count Bayern out? Really? Can you really
No,
count it? No, I
they were
mean
like I think the farthest they were down in the table this season was like 8 or 9.
something like that. Yeah.
And look where they're at now. They're all the way in first.
And the part right there that anybody has to be aware of, Lewandowski has had time to recover. He's had time to rest. And if you've seen
Yes,
pictures of him recently, he looks ripped like the Hulk. His legs, especially his thighs, are looking like freaking hams on Thanksgiving. That man is ready to score goals, and I'm sorry for
do you
everyone out there.
do you think like this break is gonna like the games are gonna kind of flutter at first, like because it's been so long that
Yeah,
it might kind of be a little bit off?
yeah. I mean, we'll see probably the first week, 2 weeks where it's like a little bit off, but after that, we're just gonna where it's gonna help everyone in the Bundesliga is if we do come back to basically Champions League. Bayern and Leipzig have the best chance to win at this point. Everybody else is just sitting back, especially
Yeah,
over there in France. And I will give this to you guys as well. We have relegation: Dusseldorf, Werder, and Paderborn at what is it? 27? No, not 27. They are at
like
22,
22.
18 at 16. But then you have Eintracht Frankfurt, Hertha Berlin, Augsburg, Mainz, all 28, 27, and 26. At any point, any of those teams lose 2 games, that relegation battle basically will mean anyone loses 2, anyone wins 2, will see themselves move up. Now, I really am rooting for Werder Bremen to just go on some kind of hot streak and
They
stay
need
up.
a hot streak.
Yeah. And same with Hertha Berlin, because I want Hertha and Union to be in the same league at the same time because those are some amazing derbies. And if you've ever seen, for those of you who have seen Union Berlin, their stadium was built by the fans. Well, not the whole stadium, but the renovations was done by the fans, and that place gets lit. I mean, it gets crazy. The safe standing area, it's like the whole stadium is nothing but safe standing. There are probably no seats in the damn stadium.
That's
So
crazy.
you need to have those two teams playing because Berlin is just popping when it does.
Wasn't like didn't Union Berlin come from the second division just this season, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And the other thing is that they usually have never met because they've never been in the same basically
Yeah,
league at the same time. So it's one of those where when they are, it's great, but when they're not, it's sad. It's sort of
yeah.
yeah. It's like Italy with Atalanta and Brescia because Brescia has never been at the same time that Atalanta's been up. So want them there.
That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like Berlin should stay. Well, Hertha Berlin. It for Düsseldorf and Bremen to make like how many more matches do we have? Like because tomorrow's 26. Well, how many are there in total in the
They said
Bundesliga?
they were gonna finish
Like
before June 10th, so
33 then?
something like that. Because we're still playing up until we're playing until we're playing until the 6th of June.
Okay.
So there's plenty. Oh no, never mind. We are going until the 27th of June. So we still
Okay,
have
so 34 match days.
yeah,
So we got 8 in total. Once
yeah.
and then 7 once tomorrow's matches begins.
The magic number's 2. That has to be the magic number. Lose 2, win 2, and that's
So okay, so basically what I could see happening then, if there was to be a turn of the tables, at least in the bottom, the more teams in trouble will probably be Augsburg and Mainz, and then the flip flop would be with Dusseldorf and Bremen. But
basically yeah.
because Paderborn, 25 games, he only won 16 points. And they haven't even allowed the most goals. Bremen has allowed the most goals out of all three of those relegation teams. So, but the thing is, okay, so what I see here, if you're in 16th, you play a playoff.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily relegated. You got to save yourself in a sense. So
Well,
whoever finishes in 16th, I guess, still has a chance. But I don't think you want to be in that position.
yeah, so that's a Hamburg who was relegated that way after never being relegated ever.
Yep.
They had that. They had a clock. They still have the clock on in their stadium, and the stadium all counted down the minutes, the days, the hours, everything, how long they've been up, and the day that they went down was the saddest day in the lives of all Hamburg fans. And I remember watching it. It was just like the people almost felt like they wanted to die.
That's like a coal miners kind of town, right? Hamburg.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really feeling it. What else do we have? Okay, what games do we have actually?
Tomorrow, of course, we have the Derby tomorrow, and then where was I? We have Hoffenheim and Hertha playing as well. Augsburg and Wolfsburg. There we go. Dusseldorf and Paderborn are playing tomorrow. So that's
there you go, relegation battle team.
Yeah. So that's one, and then Frankfurt and Mönchengladbach, which Frankfurt lose, then they're looking at basically. They're looking at going down.
Yeah, possible. Yeah. Possibly getting closer to relegation than they want to be.
Yeah, so there's a lot riding on tomorrow, especially for those teams at the bottom.
And Bayern Munich plays Union Berlin on Sunday. And Bremen and Leverkusen is going to be a pretty good game. Well, usually it should be a good game, but with Bremen in the relegation zone, you kind of hope for something good. Like, well, at least a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, most of these games, if you're in America, the games would be on Fox. And then some of the other games, they're going to be multiple. Well, for us, I think it's just mainly Fox in America. Yeah. So that's that. I'm going to go with, here we go. I'm going to go with Schalke, of course. Yeah. I'm going to go with Leipzig because I feel like I'm on the same page with you. They have the want and they have the team to win the league. Hoffenheim, Berlin. I'm going to go Berlin. Well, Hertha Berlin. And then Fortuna Dusseldorf and Paderborn. I'm going to go for Dusseldorf because I like to see them get out of the relegation zone. And also we got the boy Zach in there. Augsburg, Wolfsburg. I'm going to go with the Wolfsburg. And then Mönchengladbach and Frankfurt. I'm going to go with Mönchengladbach in that one. And then we got Cologne and Mainz. I'm going to go with Mainz just for the, I don't know, for the whatever. I'm going to go with Union Berlin. I'm going to go with Union Berlin over Bayern Munich because I don't want to see Bayern Munich lift title number 29. And I'm going to go with Leverkusen over Bremen.
All right. Let's see. So I'll go off my list here. So I'll go Hertha over Hoffenheim. I'm going to go with the VW plant players, Wolfsburg. Go Dortmund over Schalke just because I love Gio Reyna and Erling Haaland cannot stop scoring like the Terminator that he is. Dusseldorf because I don't see Paderborn making shit up. Leipzig just because the boy Timo Werner just keeps scoring like a madman. Mönchengladbach because I like saying Mönchengladbach.
Right? There's something about it. Right? There's just really something about it.
I'm gonna go with Cologne just because they got
Okay.
goats. Shout out to the Billy Goats out in Europe, Caversham United. I love you guys. Uh, Union
Didn't
versus Bayern.
Podolski play there?
Yeah, he did.
Right. Like,
Yeah,
cool.
he did. Yeah. Berlin and Bayern. Ugh, man. Bayern have to go to Union, which is probably the smallest stadium in the whole Bundesliga. It's just great. This would be great. Watching people. I'm begging you, please watch that game. I can't go against Bayern though. Lewandowski's just Nabry. London is red. That's all I gotta say. And then Werder Bremen because I love your shirts and I don't want to see you guys, relegated. And fuck Leverkusen because certain Mexican used to play there. So fuck Leverkusen.
I just love how us people pick like teams when it comes to like games and just sports and stuff. We like find we try to tie ourselves to something. I love it. I love it. All right. So for the most part, we picked some of the same teams, and then others we went total
We're like
opposite.
90% agreeing on it. On it.
Yeah. They said you went for Wetter. Okay, you went for Werder Bremen, Munich, Cologne, and then did you pick Hertha Berlin?
I picked Hertha, yeah.
Okay, and you picked Leipzig.
That's only because I got
Okay,
I got a Hertha shirt inside the closet. That's why.
I got you. So 1, 2, 3. So we picked out of all the games, 4 of them we picked the opposite teams.
That's not bad.
Not bad. Yeah.
Yo, the derby's coming up next week.
Which one?
The Berlin Derby.
Oh, the Berlin Derby. Yeah, just as soon as we said it, and I said what, I scrolled up and there it is. All right. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting. All right. So yeah, the Bremen and Leverkusen game, by the way, for you guys, is on a Monday at 2:30 here in the States.
11:30 Pacific. 11:30 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
So don't be up at 11. Yeah. 11:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Come on, Mario. Simple math.
Sorry, man. Sorry. At first I was like, wait, I thought it was 4 hours. And yeah, I had a brain fog. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Oh, the tea hasn't kicked in yet.
I gotta say AM because somewhere there is a dumb fuck out there who's gonna be like PM.
He watches the replay. He's like, oh yeah. It probably actually like works out for him. But yeah. Talking about, you said, okay, earlier you mentioned that Union Berlin has the smallest stadium, or probably the smallest stadium in the Bundesliga. Something I read while looking up information throughout the week, trying to get somewhat of a knowledge base on the Bundesliga. I did read that the Bundesliga is the best league in the world when it comes to attendance and average attendance. So their fans are pretty much the best fans when it comes to any sport in the whole world. To be like, I think there was one year where they didn't beat out the NFL, but on average, they dominate attendance throughout the whole world. So that goes to say a lot. And that's the sad part. Like you mentioned earlier, that we're not gonna have that factor when we watch these games. And this is for the whole remainder of the league, right? Like no fans whatsoever, right?
So, no, we're not gonna have fans for any of these games. It's just a fact of life now, guys. I mean, it sucks, but it's just what we have to deal with now. And I'll add to the whole best attendance for the Bundesliga because you can honestly buy a ticket for the equivalent of $11 US, which says a lot about the Bundesliga. When you can take 11 freaking dollars, go to a stadium, pay for a ticket. If you drink beer, buy a beer for $5. Buy a Frankfurt sausage for another $4. How much have you spent already? You spent $20 at least. I
That's
mean,
still a ton less than what you would have paid just for the ticket to enter a game here in the States.
exactly. I mean, it's amazing what they can do in Germany, but not only that, it is the +1 rule that matters the most. That the fans do have a say. Not well, the supporters who are season ticket holders have a say on what the team does at the end of the day, which is why Salzburg. I mean, not Salzburg, but Leipzig isn't loved because it is Red Bull, and Red Bull somehow finesse their way through the whole league. And I should be saying fuck Red Bull right now because money talks, and I don't like money talking in the game. But man, I love Timo, man. I can't say that. Love
I
that
love
man.
Red Bull.
Sponsorship Red Bull. We'll take it. We'll take hats. We'll take shirts. We'll promote the fuck out of it.
Goodness. I'd die drinking a Red Bull. Like, as I'm dying, I'll sip a Red Bull and give you advertisements. Like, that's how serious it is. I love Red Bull. The other day I went to the gas station. I was like 2 for $5. I was like, sold.
2 for $5.
Like, I'll take it.
What kind of gas station is that, man? We get a 2 for $3.50.
Yeah, but when you pay, it depends on what size you're talking about, though.
Oh, we're talking about the big ones here.
Oh, I was talking about like the big ones.
Oh,
like the.
Okay, all right.
Like,
Yeah,
you see where
okay.
the bottom of my hand is?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Like, that's why I was awake for like almost like a good almost 20 hours. I was just like, I drank it at night. And I'm like, well, that was a dumb idea. Freaking 10 a.m. rolls around. I'm like, so what do I do now? I was like, it's morning.
See, everybody,
yeah.
Mario needs Red Bull to stay up. I don't need Red Bull. I mean, I'm naturally on some kind of high that I don't know what the hell it is, but like,
yeah, I don't know how you do that, man.
Other day I was up for 52 hours. The only thing that put me to sleep was the K League. So yeah, nothing against you, Currents. But your league sucks. I'm sorry. I was like, we got live sports. God, I watched the Chinese Super League because that's a joke. I mean, these players.
I didn't even know those leagues are even going.
Yeah, I mean, the K League has been playing for at least a week or 2 weeks. I think. When was the last show we had last week? So yeah, the K League's been playing for a week. Taiwanese baseball's been playing for like 2 weeks. And something else is going on, but it's all on ESPN. ESPN. Come on, guys. Pay up.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, so I think we gave you what we could for the Bundesliga.
Yeah, we're not the experts, but
yeah, we definitely aren't. But in these couple of weeks, we will be the experts. But I don't know. I think we keep it entertaining. We tell you straight up, and that probably lets you know or feel more related to us. Like, we're like, oh, okay, and you learn as we learn. I don't know, man. It just seems like the best way to go about it.
It's gonna get even better next season, folks. ESPN Plus is taking over Bundesliga 1 and 2. So remember, get out there, buy your ESPN Plus subscription, $4.99. All right, $4.99. It's not that expensive.
I actually got the ESPN Plus thing, and then sports just went down the drain as soon as I paid that. I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Sal's been promoting this for months, and then the time that I do it, no more sports. I don't know, man. But anyways, so thank you guys for sticking out with us. We'll be back. What do you want to say? You want to do Tuesday since we got the last game on Monday, or you want to do Monday?
We'll do Tuesday. We'll do Tuesday after we digest the games.
The games. So go Schalke. If you figure out what team this is and where they're from, I will PayPal you $10.
Oh, there you go. It's here. It's live. I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna clip that little segment up. Everybody, it's gonna go up on my Twitter.
Man, they probably could just watch the whole video, figure out what team this is. I'm here now trying to like try and cover it up like an idiot. But yeah, so I'll stay true to my word. Actually, I'll Okay, how about this? I'll PayPal you, or I'll, what is the other app? Cash App, right? Cash App.
Venmo.
I don't really like using Venmo. I'll Cash App you or PayPal you. So if you have either of those two, you will be declared a winner. Um, and I'm gonna go with the first one that I see, kind of rule, because and you don't count, Sal, and neither there's just, they don't count. But yeah, thank you for sticking with us. This is Bundesliga week 1. On FieldTalk. I'm gonna learn how to say week 2 in German, so you guys have something to look forward to on Tuesday. Oh man, so yeah, I'm legit gonna practice like from right when I hit.
He's gonna learn how to say FieldTalk in German too, by the way.
Ooh, yeah, I'll do that. I'll say, I'll be like Guten Tag, whatever, FieldTalk, whatever.
Learn how to say the whole thing. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, no, that's too much. Now you're putting too much on my plate. I gotta eat slowly. Let's keep the buffet open, but I'm gonna take it one step at a time. But yeah, thank you for sticking with us. We hope you enjoyed. You'll learn with us as we go, and we'll learn. Well, basically, we learn at the same pace. But go Schalke. What Sal says on the bottom. Zach Steffen, get out of there as quick as you can.
You can be relegated, my friend.
It's not good for you.
The championship next year. I can't wait.
So, good evening. When you watch this later, or whenever you watch it, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening again. And we'll see you next week.
Tuesday.
May
19th? 19th?
No.
20? No.
I don't know, one of those.
I don't know. We'll see you next Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. We're not here to give you time, date, all of that stuff. We're just here for the soccer.
I'm gonna say May 20th. I don't know.
We're here for the football. That's all we're here for.
See you and enjoy the Bundesliga, my peeps. And follow the US players. Go back and find one that you want to follow. See you later, peeps. Bye.
York City.